mix today.
Hi guys.
Sorry, I got this on because my nugget's cold. At least it feels cold, and then you touch it and it feels hot. So I was gonna give you guys the background picture for the live. I was going to I put Fred up there because the only other picture I had is this gruesome picture of my leg from the last surgery.
Gruesome picture of your leg.
On all the holes.
Oh, yeah.
The one I sent to my buddy. So, well, you don't need to see that. Nobody got to see that.
You want to sit up here? Come here, Bubba.
It's a family affair.
It's a family affair.
Got his ugly mug in here too.
It ain't ugly.
Sometimes it is.
It's just a face only a mother could love. Your mom said it best.
He's the cutest little ugly thing in the world. He's lost interest already. There's no food up here. Get a few people on your Aldreski, Gavin Outdoors. Wayne Tharp made it tonight. Darwin Scott, Randall Baker, Redbone Mike, Alfred Palmeter, Jersey Jostra, Billy Schmandy, Marshy. What's up, Marshy? Alan Bieroff. Josh Wellner's on here. What's up, Josh? Odie Horse, Zachary Gross, Willem Ellis, Joe Reynes, Kevin Manis, so many. Slick shit. Your dad's on here. Say hi to Dad. Drew Gordon, Perry Roberts, Joe. All right, we're getting more than I can handle. It's too many.
Somebody said something about you not wearing your brace.
My brace is not on because I don't have to wear it no more when I'm sitting. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Just depends on how I feel. And I feel like not wearing it right now. It makes, so where I got cut in the front, it makes that feel weird by putting that pressure on that. It gives you like a feeling. You ever like stick your finger in your belly button to clean it or whatever for whatever you got to do, and you get like that feeling in your gut. That's kind of what that cut feels like in a bunch of places, and it rubs on it. Flipping the Blue Mule, thank you so much. You guys didn't have to do that. It's greatly appreciated, but just thank you so much.
I think Wayne Tharp just called my dad Dad.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Bert's Custom Cuts. Okay, you're going to have to at some point put down the meat stick and go get...
Yes.
You got to get... Sorry, bud.
Sorry, Fredo.
We got two things that came... I don't remember the name of the guy that did the wood thing.
It's wood thing.
The bowl.
Oh, I'll find it.
So there's... The first one is we got this in the mail today. Mr. Jack Reeder. He's out of Minnesota. He got this in the mail today, and you have to forgive us if you guys mail something to us and they don't. We only check the post office box every couple of days. So that picture Lauren put up on my first update she did, it was I'm not holding it right. It was he was doing watercolor, so he made this nice picture frame and he watercolored me looking at, that was a walnut. I could take you right to where that tree is still. We never got that timber. Brian Smith, hello. Buddy, I've been meaning to call you. I just wanted to meet your ear a little bit one day, and I keep forgetting to.
I know.
Your dad put that's awesome Pont. I don't know who Pont is. Painting maybe?
Painting, maybe, yeah.
Maybe New England means ponting. It's a nice ponting.
Is it an Indian word for painting?
I don't know. So that was one thing. Is it on the bowl? Is it like name on the back of it, I thought?
Yeah, I don't. Yes, it was on the back of this.
And which I want to show that because I don't know if it goes together.
No, it was not on the back of this. It was on the back of the bowl.
I think it's
Which
the
is my candy bowl.
Oh,
Okay.
hush. Why are you so huffy?
Mike Grumpy Foster.
So Mike Foster made
He
these.
called himself Grumpy.
So the first thing was a cutting board, or I don't know what you could use it for. Anything. This has like an like an oil finish on it or something. But we've got walnut, red oak, cherry, hard maple. That might be a piece of white oak. I don't know. I think it's red. No, that's red oak. So there's that. That was pretty cool. And I don't know if he did this on coincidence or accidents.
And then I turned this one into my
Yeah.
candy bowl.
That's
He was
her
right.
candy bowl.
It was gonna turn into something for me.
But so there's the spot on the back where it goes on the lathe. This just happens to fit right in there to lock it in, but we don't use it for that. Lauren puts this on the table, and then this is the bowl he made. And there's all kinds of stuff in there. I don't have the letter to tell you. He had a pattern he called it, but it's got walnut and poplar and cherry and
It's got some green colored stuff in here.
it's a
What is
little
that?
little bit poplar. There's a little bit of white oak, I think. I think there's a little bit of red oak in it also. It's pretty freaking wild. It's a big thank you to him too. This is neat, to say the least.
Skitter Kev, if you're in here, we still have some left.
Some coffee.
My
crunch.
dad came
Crisp.
and wiped a bunch of them out, but we still got some.
Sassafras Valley, what's up, buddy? Here's this.
Perry, I do have the wood stove lit. I'm trying not to make it too hot.
It's got to do with me. So right after you have a surgery, and I'll get to that in a minute, your body you have like fevers and things and stuff happens. This is a low fever. It's not bad. Don't worry. I'll tell you about that too, how we know it's not bad. Brian Smith says charcuterie board.
Ooh, good idea.
Jeff Bailey says, hello, nuts and boss lady. So I've been wanting to do an update, and like nothing was really happening, and then we just kept getting busy last week. We were trying to, because I was moving, okay, so we were trying to run around and get a bunch of things done before my last surgery, because what happened was I thought the surgery was supposed to be tomorrow, which would be the 23rd of February, and here it was last Friday, which was 16th.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are, and it like caught me by surprise. I wasn't mentally ready for it. You know, all this happened to me, and here I was worried about my last knee surgery. We went in, and the first thing they did to me is ask me, you want a nerve block? Give you a nerve block. Oh, it'll be great. Do away with so much pain. Now, I don't know if this is what caused it or not. They did the nerve block, and I about ran out of the room I was in when I saw the needles they were going to use for it, because they look like the type of needles you like pump tasty seasonings into a turkey with before you deep fry it or something. Needless to say, they give me the nerve block, put me under. I wake up. Lauren's there, and everything went good. Doctor came back and was ecstatic. He says, on the last surgery, so to give you a background if you haven't heard, the first knee surgery I had, which was the third surgery in this whole mess total, he went in and fixed the tendons
Your
on
MCL?
ligaments on the side,
Yes.
MCLs. He fixed
Your MCL.
MCL. And then he went into the joint itself, and there was some blood and stuff in there. He cleaned that out. My meniscus was folded in half, and it was torn really bad, to the point where he said, we're going to fix it, but it's close to where we might not be able to fix it. And if we can't, we'll cut a chunk out. So, all right, that's where we were going into this surgery. Six weeks non-weight bearing, and then we do the next surgery. So into the surgery we go, and he comes out and he says, I've never seen this before, but he says, your meniscus completely healed on its own. He says, it's 100% healed all the way. He says, I've never seen anything like that, anything torn that bad, heal completely like it did. So that was a big plus. He said that because of that, now I can start putting weight on it a lot sooner. So we have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and he's going to look everything over. And if it looks kosher, he's going to have me putting some weight on it. But I will tell you, I'm not going to be going anywhere fast. And that's getting back to the nerve block. Coming off the nerve block was the worst thing I've ever experienced out of this whole ordeal, pain-wise. And it feels like the nerve block almost hurt me more than it helped me. But I don't know if it's the nerve block. I don't know if it's swelling from the surgery itself or what it is. But man, Friday night, when that nerve block wore off, my whole leg from my ankle to where they stuck me with that needle was just killing me. It was burning. It was like stabbing pains and stuff. It was horrible.
They said the nerve block was supposed to last him 4 to 10 hours, and his surgery was about 3. And he came out of surgery, and he's like, "My leg is on fire. It feels like somebody's jamming a knife."
It wasn't until we were going home.
You were hurting pretty bad in the
but when we
the
got
recovery room,
it started coming on right about halfway home.
Because you said to the nurse you didn't think it worked, and she had mentioned, she was like, "Well, it could be that the knee hurts so bad and he's still feeling pain, but it's not as much pain as he could be feeling." So
now the weird thing is, like, I felt the knee pain a little bit today and yesterday, but up until today and yesterday the knee hasn't bothered me. But today and yesterday is the most I've been up and around since this all happened. So today I got a phone call from a buddy. Well, I called him just to, shoot the poo. And we were talking, he had ACL surgery. Uh-oh, my mom's texting me old photos of me. This could be rough. Anyways, he had ACL surgery when he was younger, and he ended up getting a blood clot. And I was telling him what my leg felt like from that, what I thought was the nerve block. And he says, "Man, it feels like I have a horrible Charlie horse in my leg." And he says, "That's exactly what mine felt like." And he said, "I ended up having a blood clot." He says, "You might want to get that call and ask." And so we called the office today, and I explained to her what I was feeling. She goes, "I don't think it's a blood clot, but we want to make sure." So we drove to the hospital this afternoon. They scheduled a ultrasound. We drove to the hospital. We had this awesome ultrasound lady. She was so cool. She was explaining everything and showing us how it worked. And I basically got to see like a view of the inside of my veins, my leg, like inside out view. It was
cool.
It was weird. It was really weird because she could squish my leg and see the vein close and then open. And it was odd, but needless to say, no blood clots. I think it's just due to like fluid coming out of my knee, maybe things like that. My leg's stiff. It hurts, man. Don't feel good at all.
She recommended more potassium, so
Yeah.
Fred and Pete are gonna eat a lot of bananas.
And so I gotta start eating bananas. Well, it's probably that nerve, because that's one of the main nerves that go down in your leg. But I know one thing that got me one day, we were riding around, we had to get some tires because I had a tire on the truck I thought was just like a screw or something. Turned out it was cut. And those tires kind of sucked from when I bought the truck, because I bought the truck used. They were worn down. They had more life in them. And I was going to limp them through till middle of summer. But not limp them through, but, get them through the middle of summer. And then this cut thing happened, and they really said they couldn't patch it or whatever. I don't know. So we had to go buy tires. And we were riding around in the truck yesterday afternoon quite a bit. And the way my leg sits in the truck, it's straight. And I'm so tall that the seat cuts into my leg. It pinches on that nerve, and then the veins, now that I think about it, she said the veins. And it just, it killed it. And then we had to go to a club meeting for the fishing tournament I did. I don't know if you guys remember, I said something about that fishing tournament last year on the page. And I'll say something in the future for anybody that maybe wants to sponsor some fish or get involved. But that's for another video maybe. And then if you're in the Pittsburgh area, or if you're in the western PA, eastern Ohio, New York, wherever in the northern Panhandle, West Virginia, and you want to fish in a trout tournament, go to forestgrovesportsmans.com. There's info on there and everything for it, registration papers, but in case I forget. But enough about that. What was I talking about? I went on to the Sportsman's Club. What was I talking about before that?
Before that, riding around in the vehicle.
Oh, so that's what I think caused some of the pain, excessive pain today. I didn't sleep good last night. Fred was snoring. He woke me up. And that's no joke. Like, he was snoring and he woke me. It was bad. It was so bad. Normally he purrs and you'll have a couple oinks and grunts, but he fell asleep on the couch. We all fell asleep on the couch last night. And he was just, oh, so bad.
Speaking of Fred, we had an issue with Lyme disease with Fred a while back, and his leg was bothering him and he was limping everywhere. And he continued to do it months later. He'd do it like a little bit at a time and then he'd stop. We thought he was faking it because he'd get treats and then he'd stop.
Well, first we thought it was Lyme disease. You
Yes.
took him back and you got him tested again. You're like, look, he doesn't have any more in his
Yes.
system. From the medication, he's good. So we're like, ruled out that. And then random times, turned out to be not so random, he would limp a little bit on his back leg, just like his joint was sore. And it freaks you out when your puppy's limping around. And I said to her one day, I said, I know when I eat a lot of sugar, I have a tooth in my mouth that I had a root canal in. When I eat a lot of sugar, I'll get pressure on that tooth, like inflammation. And it makes your joints hurt too. Sugar's not a good thing. And I said, I wonder if all the sugar from when he gets something sweet, like we don't feed him people food except for one thing, and that's we'll give him a pup cup from the ice cream shop we go to up on the hill here. And it's just like a vanilla ice cream or something. And she goes, I don't know. So she went 2 nights ago and got ice cream for all 3 of us. And she brought home a pup cup. And I said, well, we'll be able to tell if he limps after this, if that's the issue. Sure as shit, he sucked that thing down, and what was it, that night or the next day?
It was like probably 20 minutes later.
It was
he
longer
started
than that.
limping again.
It was longer than 20 minutes. It was late that night or something. There he was, hopping around, skipping a step on that 4th leg every once in a while. So now Freddie's no longer allowed to have pup cups, which is a bummer to him. I don't think
And if he does, it's going to be a once in a while. And Sassafras Valley, no, I have not had any issues with him going too far too fast. He's been really good about not causing me to panic and pushing himself to limits that he shouldn't. The only time that he one day was out in the kitchen and the stairs are out there and I was in the bathroom and I thought I heard him going down the stairs. Turns out it was his crutches. So I yelled from the bathroom, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Hey, don't you yell at mate." And then he wasn't going down the stairs. So that's the only scare that we've had, and he wasn't doing what I thought he was doing. So you quit that.
I don't know if you can hear that, but that's Fred doing naughty things. If anybody on here has a French Bulldog, they'll know what I'm talking about. Mike Morgan, how are you doing, buddy? What's up? Hope all is well. I watched your video today. What were you doing? You saw that maple up that has what we call it worm. After it's sawn, they call it spalted maple. Before I got hurt off the job I was on previous to the one, my equipment's still at the one of them. I gave Mark and Eddie over at Bus Motor 2 spalted logs. They were gorgeous. And they sawed them up and they ended up selling that lumber to a guy in Connecticut. I think he came and got it. And it's gorgeous stuff. When you can get the ones, I'll show you some. You catch the ones that don't have that, looks like a sun in the middle. It'll have black pockets all the way around it, but it won't actually make a solid thing. Holy cow, that make you some beautiful lumber. Makes gorgeous flooring because you have dark and light colors. It doesn't show a lot of dirt, but it's light, so it makes the light in a room transfer. Someday I'd like to make flooring out of it. Wear your brace even more than you would want. I broke my back in 2018, crushed 4 discs. I didn't do my PT like I was told. Now I'll be 80% disabled the rest of my life. Buddy, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Now, I'm not on PT for my back, so...
You will be.
Well, she said it's not so much your back, it's just rebuilding core muscles and stuff I haven't used because I've been laying around like a boob, which I've done a lot of. I'm tired of it. My tailbone hurts. I don't like it, but I have to. By the end of March, I'm supposed to be 100% cleared for my back. it's going to be sore, but she says we'll get you into PT to work your core and things, and then you can go back to life as usual. Obviously, my knee's not going to let me do that. It's going to be a little bit slower. Jason Maychak's in here.
Coda chewing on his leg.
Man, you say, Jay, you say Coda, and he perks right up, or Milo.
Or at least yesterday it was.
Yeah, right now he's sleeping by the heater vent. He could care less about everybody. So.
Aunt Kit Kat thinks that Fred's sympathy limping for you.
No, that's not it. He does look at me weird.
Todd Adams wants to know, it might be too soon, but any ideas about your return, or if?
Well, there would definitely be a return. There's a lot of people, I don't know, maybe questioning, I'll never go back to log, and I'm going to tell you right now, that's, if I couldn't log, I would be in the sawmill. If I couldn't be in the sawmill, I'd be buying trees, and if I couldn't be there, I'd be sleeping the damn floor at the sawmill. This is something I will never get out of my blood. It's a passion, it's in my soul, it's in my heart. I found somebody that loves me for what I do and loves me for who I am, and it makes it all the better, I'll tell you that. And I'm going to do a video on that one day. And it's going to be a video on her and how I couldn't have done all this, and how I wouldn't be able to do all this without her and her love and her support. And yeah, we'll get into it the next video. Some video. I'll do one. But anywho, yes. I hope to be a little more mobile. How I see this going is once I can move around decent enough, I think I'll probably start out in a yard grading logs, maybe a day or two a week. Just something, even if it's sweeping sawdust out from underneath the mills when they shut them down for the day, just anything to get me there, keep me busy. And then when I get moving a little more mobile, I hope this is how this goes, a little more mobile, I'd like to go around with the guy, the foresters for the mill I work for. I'd like to go around with them and learn a little more of the industry, just so I'm not on the logging ends. I would like to learn, I'd like to learn like selling logs, selling veneer logs, things like that. Just do's and don'ts, things to look for, just that end of it, the lumber business, things like that. I'd like to learn that, at least get a vision into it, because by learning that, I think I might be able to do things in the woods somewhere where I make decisions that would end up helping them down the road. I'm going to do a little trying to find timber and get it bought, or at least get the landowners to where they're, interested, and then get somebody in there to market. And then when I can actually physically walk the hills good enough, we'll start marking timber again and doing things like that, because I love marking timber. Now, how fast that's going to happen, I don't know. But it's going to be slow at first, because I'm going to have PT for my knee for a while. I'm going to have PT for my back for a while. So it's probably going to be a day a week to maybe 2 days a week. And then slowly it'll get to be 3, just like PT works. Just slowly work into it. And as for cutting in the woods, there's going to be some changes. I can't necessarily say what the changes are just yet, because nothing's set in stone. Kind of got to see how the chips fall financially, and if I can make everything work. So I hope that they do, because it'll be better for everyone. So MSL commented, I missed it. What did he have to say? He
said, looking good, man. Glad you're feeling a bit better. Once you get sawdust in your boots, it's hard to get away from it. Love you guys.
Oh, Buddy Jr., we miss you guys.
Larry Jeffrey said, hey buddy, I love to trout fish. I live not far from Pittsburgh. Would love to fish with you one day in the tournament you fish. So we'll have to.
Well, Larry, I can't fish the tournament because I set
run it.
Yeah, I set it up. So out of all fairness, anybody that's running the tournament or stocks fish for the tournament can't fish in it. But I will gladly come down and hang out with you, because this year I will be, I'll probably be running one of the measuring stations. We will run 2 this year. We ran 1 last year. But it's a tagged fish tournament, but it's also a big fish tournament. So we have top prizes for the 3 biggest tag trout. And the reason they have to be tagged is this goofy rolls the PA make up We won't get into that.
No weights in the fish, Mike.
No.
No weights in
No.
the fish.
No, Mike. No weights in the fish. We should get Mike to sponsor a fish. Outdoors with a Mortgage. You'd have to get a banner made so we could put it up down along the Montour Trail as advertisement. Although I think everybody that runs the trail would probably already know who you are. So
One Eye Customs wants to know if you're making it to the Paul Bunyan show this year.
you're damn right I will. That's the way I've been thinking, to learn more from the lumber standpoint to cut better logs. Yep, Cricket 94. I like how you think. So,
You want to tell them what you've been up to over there?
I'm working. Lauren bought me this Lego crane that's obscenely large. Like the box is like 30 pounds. And it's huge. So I'm working on building a Lego crane. I started on it today.
Am I allowed to touch it?
Yeah. Just don't touch the Leaning Tower of Pieces over there. That's what we got. We're working on track frame, undercarriage. We got the swivel on it. What I didn't realize, you put this whole thing together and then you can like download you could put an app on your phone and then it's got battery, like motors and crap in it. And you can run it off your phone.
I won't lose your place, but that's the size of the book
That's one. There's two of them.
to put it together.
William Ellis, what's up, buddy? Connecticut here. I did not get the maple yet from Mark. I hope to get a chance to meet you and shake your hand. Okay, so Evie Quiet Corner from Connecticut. Well, it's Paul Hipsky. So Paul, I got the check. Thank you for that. That was wonderful. And thank you for bidding on the maple. It's some gorgeous, gorgeous material. I don't think there was any knots in it, if I remember. It was a clear log. 2 logs, 3 logs, 2 logs. I can't remember. But when you're going to come down, you talk to Mark and Eddie when you're coming to get it, obviously, and have them give me a call. And as long as I can get my butt off the couch, I'm not hurting too bad, which I should be, I will be there to shake your hand in person and thank you. You're damn right I would be. I wouldn't miss that for the world.
He's got the deer skidder. I got
Yeah.
that for Christmas.
Yeah, I have that done. That's over in the kitchen. And the funny thing is, like, I keep these, I keep the books on how to build them because it's almost like a manual for if you bought a real piece of equipment. And because if something were to come apart, you need that to like figure out how to get it back together.
It reminds me of that Progressive commercial where it's the young kids keeping all the instruction manuals for their microwaves and whatnot that they no longer have. And it says not to turn into your
Oh,
parents.
yeah. But I was going to say something. I don't remember what it was. Oh, and I know some of the heavy equipment people today, their engineers should go over to Legos and take some notes down because that deer skidder made of plastic and rubber is designed better than the ones you buy today. It's ridiculous the engineering that go into these. Tyson Cotter, thank you very much. You don't have to do it. Once again, it's hugely appreciated, guys. The outpouring of support has been, it's humbling, takes you back. I still have trouble dealing with it. I don't know how, but you just do, because what one person told me, a very close person to me told me is, Pete, you've always been somebody to give, and now this is your turn. You need to receive, whether you want to or not, you need to. So here I am receiving, and it's greatly appreciated. 318 over a year ago. Not a good ride. Mr. and Mrs. Hammer. Hopefully you're doing good, buddy. So we're on, sorry, I'm looking, about a half
40
hour.
minutes.
Does anybody got any questions for us? I just wanted to do this update. I didn't want to do like wicked long, but you got any questions or any, anything you want to know? I'm trying to hide my leg's thumping, man. I'm trying to hide it. Oh, Garfield cake. It was wonderful. Wonderful. She's an artist. It's unbelievable. I can't begin to tell you.
I mean, I dabble in some art stuff, but I wouldn't consider myself an artist.
Okay, so your dad wants to know if there's any more surgeries. No. Knock on wood. I think we're done.
Who is it?
Don't do that to him right now.
Come here, Bubba. Come here.
That was wrong. She shouldn't have done that to you.
Here. I'm
sorry. No more surgeries, knock on wood. I was worried about the damn blood clot, but it turned out no good. Todd Adams wants to know if we got married. No, we're not married. Not yet. What's your favorite chainsaw? Gavin Outdoors. Still love Husqvarna. Always did. Still makes a good saw too. I'm not a fan of the computer stuff. That's just me. I'm an old soul when it comes to saws, and I see them run good. It's just when you have problems, I can't wrap my head around taking a saw to somebody to have to plug it in to figure out what the problem is or to adjust things, or when shit breaks, I need to be able to work on it in the woods or, my house. I can't. There's not many Husqvarna dealers. There's not dealers like there used to be, that brick and mortar dealers thing is not a lot. But I do like Husqvarna. Aaron Baum. That's man behind the scenes. I think that's man behind the scenes. Unless there's another Aaron Baum. William Ellis wants to know how are you so lucky to have Lauren as a partner? William?
He's good looking.
I'm
kidding.
All jokes aside, I ask myself that question every day. Every day. I wake up and I see her face. And it's just, how did this happen? Because I don't know. So I just try to do my best to make sure I show her that.
Love you.
Love you too. Pete, your accident and many others, including mine, will always teach others what to be aware of. Every tree I take down, I think of your accident. With my injury, I wear safety glasses all the time. Have you experienced any symptoms of PTSD? So no, maybe. It's hard to say. The one thing it struggled with, and I hid it for a while because there's so many people around, it was like a why me situation. And the simple answer is because you're the one out there working in the woods. But it was just, I was so cautious and careful, all the time, that, everybody's like, how did this happen to him? How did this happen to him? So I struggled with that. And it was a quick struggle. It was over. Once I kind of let the feelings out and let things go, I was over it. And of course I did it in a quiet corner where nobody was around and with her by my side. And that was it. Not even Fred was there. And he's giving me the stink eyes. So anyways.
It's probably because his breath stinks and his eyes didn't smell it.
So anyways, there was a point where I kept having that feeling. There was this weird feeling I had when that tree hit me. Yeah, you're thinking, well, duh, it's pain. No, there was this other sick feeling that came over my body. And it was right at the initial whack. And I'd just be sitting there and it would just wham, it would hit me wham, like a shockwave through my body. And that happened for about a week. And I talked to her about it, and it hasn't happened anymore.
You kept getting the feeling like you were there in that situation again, you said.
No, I think Jay said that Coda and Milo are watching him.
Subject change.
Milo, Coda, you better behave. Oh, now he perked up. Lego crane sounds awesome. Building a shiny box. They make a butt-see. What'd I do?
I don't know.
Felt like I skipped a bunch.
Probably.
Did I?
Somebody wants to know if you can do a video on how to tune a cab when you were better.
Hold on. Tune a carb.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm reading the comments. I'll get with you. Just give me 1 second here. I was slow before, and medication's making me trouble focusing every once in a while.
Rhonda goes on to explain the butt pad thing after about sitting and making your tailbone feel better.
Oh, a butt seat.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what she's saying. What do I think of the 500i? I've never been able to run one yet. I hear they rip through the wood. Got to run a 592 someday. Josh Woner's out. Good night. Sassafras Valley, glad to hear you're on the mend.
Goodness.
When you get better, can you do a video?
That's Milo and Coda watching us right now.
Oh God.
Fred.
Our friends' dogs are watching us on their end of the line. They got us on the big
love
TV.
it.
I can BR. I'm not always the best at it, but I can. Todd Adams. You smell cranberry juice? I rubbed that on your bone earlier, and you loved that. I had to put some more Neosporin on your nose because you've been scratching it. I'm tired, Mom. I went on the table.
You can't get on Dad or the computer.
If you go back in the woods, what kind of machine are you looking for? Excavator with a felling head. That way, if something were to drive with logging, I got like an excavator. Hot saw is, for one man to pay the payments on a hot saw is going to be tough. I think just the excavator thing's going to be more affordable for me. But I'm open. Okay, awesome to see. Man behind the scenes is here. Yes, he is. She went hunting with her dad. Her dad got his buck, and Lauren got hers.
That's how.
That-
I'm so lucky.
It's just meant to be. You guys see it? That's what we work with. Drag your stinky jowls on the table, why don't you? Hey, you got side eye? Oh, he's the cutest little turd you ever did meet. See you, Randall Baker, Log Dog. Log Dog bought the spin-off of the 372. I still have mine. It just eats too much fuel for me. Good things come to good people, yes. I thought I'd let you know they make a butt cushion that relieves your tailbone from the discomfort. And I know about them because I used one in my car, broken tailbone many times. Okay, yes, I was thinking about getting one of those. God is good. Keep your eye out for quilted and curly wood. We look for curly maple all the time. I've showed in videos how I look for that too, and I bust a piece of bark off, usually always in hard maple. We don't get nothing for curly anything else. Curly cherry, curly oak, whatever, all that stuff. There's buyers for it, but we don't know them. That's usually something that's sawn and that lumber's pulled. I wish I knew buyers for it, but curly maple, that's a prime. It's usually always hard maple. You can find it in soft too. Their ears went up on the shout out. Coda, you better behave. Little animal.
Cody Wody.
John Thread chainsaws. I hear a lot of good things about John Thread. Never heard nothing bad. I've never ran one. You don't see a lot of them. Captain Jim, BR, good night, buddy. Bert's Custom Cuts. I don't like the 500i for dropping trees. Can't feather the throttle like a husky. 318 Catons, 518. That's all right. 518 is what I used to run for a cable skidder. I think they're one of the best ever made. They were small, maneuverable, easy to work on. They're pretty simply laid out. They're a little slow, but you could pull wood when you know, low gear, you could crank on it. Do you plan to own your own business with an excavator or work for someone? Health insurance is a big deal now, as you see. One Eye Customs, I own my own business now. The excavator would just be another piece of equipment in my business, and I'd be using it to cut down trees, take the bucket off, put a Ryan's head or, something of the like on it. I think CSI makes one. There's a couple other ones, but they're a little too big for smaller excavators. And we'll figure out what route we're going to go, and if I can afford it, and we'll go that way. But then if logging were to slow down or I need an excavator for something, I have it. I want to look for like a 160 to a 180 size machine. That way I can move it without permits in most places.
Cricket 94 says hopefully you're better before the mushroom season comes up.
Oh man, you have no idea. I had a dream. Remember the bad dreams the other night?
Yeah.
It was that the mushrooms started popping early, was one of them. I was so pissed.
We do have one spot we can go that we can drive to the top of the hill. So we'll get there.
Panhandle Off-Road Ranch. It's going slow, man. I explained it, but it's going.
We're just gonna have to drive somewhere where there's not as many hills and just
Thank
as
you,
many
Adrian.
mushrooms.
Gotta go to Ohio.
Nate.
Yeah. 394 is a good saw. That was the precursor to the 395, I do believe. 380, the 384, 385. 385 was one I wish I had bought while they were still being made, but they were phasing out as about the time I was coming about. They were a good saw. My location is Western Pennsylvania. I'm not super far from Pittsburgh. Not a place for a logger to come from, but I'm north and west of Pittsburgh. I've heard, Log Dog, about the Johnson Red and the Husky parts and stuff. Thank you, country boy. All right. I shouldn't have brought the mud. Wait, something didn't happen.
Wayne Tharp deleted a message.
Yeah.
I think he was giving us the location for his mushroom spot, and then he realized he put it on YouTube.
Wayne told me, he says, worst comes to worst, we drive out there, and he says, we can pick them off the golf cart.
Wayne, you've been holding out on us. We'd love just to come see you and
So, but yeah, I shouldn't have brought up the mushrooms the other day. Oh, yeah, that's what he's talking about. Maybe that's why I had that dream.
Or it could have been your mom tagging you.
Yeah, my mom, don't feel bad. My mom was like putting things, mushroom season's almost here. I'm like, thanks, Mom. I'm peg leg.
You'll be all right.
So I think we'll probably cut this off here because I need to go lay on the couch. I'm going to fart around with some more Legos before I pass out for the night.
Fred's falling asleep.
In regards to a butt cushion, there is also a cushion called a Roho cushion. Check it out and see if it helps you. I've used mine for 10 years. We'll see. Awesome, Pete Healing. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Hey, buddy, you just let Mark and Eddie know when you're coming. I can't. It'll be a good time. John Deere 160, I'd be more interested in that size. So, but all right, yeah, I'm wandering and I'm tired, and this went on a lot faster, farther than it did, I thought. So thank you for all. Aaron Baum,
Say good night.
make sure you give Mike some shit for me tomorrow, and then the day after that, and the day after that. Just, I can't wait to come out and see you and, stir it up a little bit and just get you guys riled up. Tell Mike you better have a spot where I can jump in an excavator and dig a big hole, because there ain't nothing better than stress relief for me than when I get to just play in an excavator and dig dirt. Fred don't want to say goodnight.
He's shy.
But night Jay, night Coda, night Milo. Stop it.
The girls.
The girls, Allie and Ava, Dana, everybody. If your dad's there and your mom's there, tell them good night.
Night, my family and our logging family and everything else.
So, but y'all take care. Don't let your meat loaf. Just don't take any days you got for granted, man. Live every day as if it was your last. Because life is too short. Entirely too short. And if you got somebody to share it with, you're lucky enough to have somebody beside you, make sure you let them know how much you appreciate them. Good night, everybody. We love you. Thank you. And look forward to more videos. We'll be sending you some our way as soon as I can. When I start getting a little more mobile, I will do my best to make videos. It might not be the most exciting at first, but I have so many ideas of things I want. I just can't get the damn footage. So we'll be talking at you. You guys take care.